G'day everyone, it's Warren from NQ Explorers. Two really special sites today. Private property, never been detected. We've got an old homestead site, the ruins of an old homestead. I'll show you that in a minute. And the second site on the property is an old blacksmith shop, and both date from the 1860s gold rush. So potentially some really good relics here. I've got AT Max with a Nell sharpshooter. Let's get cracking. Okay, this is the old homestead site. Got a couple of ship's tanks. Looks like a steel wagon wheel of some description, some farming implements. That's probably off related to that wheel. There's some old seats and that sort of things in there off farming equipment. This is the site of the home. As you can see, there's some very old handmade bricks and lots of iron, of course. I'll have my iron discrimination on pretty high. But this is the site. And here we've got a bit of concrete, whole bits of concrete. The bricks are probably remnants of the chimney. I suggest it would have been a wooden building. And the beautiful old peppercorn trees. Okay, I'll fire up the machine and see what we can find. Okay, I'm on the board straight up. First target, lovely old relic. This is probably the remnants of the chimney pile, I think, that mound. And just off to this side, got a beautiful old, no doubt 1800s piece of cutlery. Look at that. Let's see what it is. We'll be able to date this probably. Great big old tablespoon. What a ripper. That's gold rush era every day of the week. Ripper. Okay, well we'll get some still pics and see if we can get a date letter off here and a maker. Obviously not silver, but it's a pretty common sort of household utensil, I guess, back in the 1860s. Okay, that's a little dig where I got the spoon, but right next to it, got a lovely screaming solid 83, 84. This could be a penny or something similar. Do a live dig, see what we come up with. Okay, I'll see if it's shallow. We'll check it with the pinpointer. Yes. Wouldn't expect too much depth on any of these targets. Beautiful soil here. See what was a farm. Oh, there's got a bit of depth to it, all right. And that's why it was a big loud target. I think that's either a lamp bezel or, yes, I'd say that's what that is. Possibly a lamp bezel. Next target is it was an 82 actually, because there's a lot of brass here. I'd say that's a centerfire shotgun cartridge. Looks like an old shotty. Probably an Eli. Oh, I can't see any writing on that. I might have to study that. I could be wrong. Not really sure what that is. It looks like a shotty 12 gauge, but anyway, we'll find out later with a bit of research. Okay, the old adage, always check your holes. I was just about to fill it in. And there's a second target ringing up in the 80s, high 80s, and we've got a penny by the look of it. Oh, it's a big thick one too. Could be a token. Oh, the bee doesn't seem to enjoy me being here. That's a big thick coin. Not know if that's going to be Britannia or it's going to be a token of some description. Anyway, let's give it a bush clean and see what we got here. This is a ripper, this one. Okay, not a token, it's a coin. Obviously, it's a Victorian coin, official minted coin. You can see Britannia there with the shield and the trident. And we've got Vicky on the other side facing left, so just a bit big and thick. It's probably pre-1860s, I think. Can you see the date there? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll take some still photographs and we'll subtitle any information on that coin. Beautiful old coin. That's heavy, that thing. Seems thicker than a normal penny, but I don't know, could be wrong. Just love those old English coins, real Australian gold rush history. Got a target over here. It was just a bit of iron, but there's something interesting in the grass lying next to it. Let's have a look. So that little dig there was just a bit of flat iron. It was pretty scratchy. It wasn't confident it was going to be any good, but there looks to be some sort of bottle here, a glass. What is this? Oh, lovely little bottle. Oh, it's actually a screw top. Interesting. I'm not sure when this homestead was demolished, so that would clearly date from later than the 1860s. Isn't it amazing how that survived in the paddock amongst all those bricks and all the disturbance that's gone on? This is still there. Looks a bit like calamine lotion in there, doesn't it? Pink. Not sure. Okay, here's my next target. It's a lovely old relic. It's a wood splitting wedge. I'm digging the iron too because it could be interesting iron in here, just like that. Might have been splitting a bit of firewood 150 years ago. Nice one. These magnificent old peppercorns. Of course, we've had a wet year, but fertile soil on these creek flats. Beautiful old trees. Good shade trees in the summer too. Here's my next target out the front of the old homestead. Looks like a lamp part. That was a good depth too. So targets aren't shallow. You know, I don't know how, obviously over the years, when the place was demolished, the paddock could have been pushed around a bit, so I don't know, relics could be spread everywhere. Well, what I've discovered quite interesting here, you can see the dark green grass in the raised area. We've got a really black topsoil here, so perhaps this was an old garden, maybe the vegetable garden for the old home. I'm not sure where the front or the back of it was, but anyway, in this black topsoil, look at that. Got this beautiful brass buckle. I'd say that's horse tack related. Probably too big for a human buckle. But that was a lovely 88, 89, solid, repeatable on the max. So yeah, this looks, look at this soil. I'd say that's been cultivated as perhaps a vegetable garden. Look at this green grass, it's pretty spectacular. It shows you how much rain we've had and lots of moisture, but look at this. Big piece of silver. That is sterling silver. I can see it without even cleaning it. Pocket watch. Back. Sterling silver. That'll have a maker's hallmark, and we'll be able to identify that to a silversmith and a year, no doubt. Wow, that's an absolute ripper, that. Be another 1860s, 1870s relic, I would imagine. Let's give it a bit of a clean and see if we can see a hallmark on it. Yeah, well, that's definitely period silver. I think that's a hallmark there. I can't quite see it. I've got the right glasses on. I've just got sunnies on. But we'll clean that. I can't really clean it properly with a bush clean here. It's just too dirty. The clay content there is just sticking to it. Give that a good wash and then clean it up with a soft toothbrush and a bit of soapy water. And subtitle any info I can get on that beautiful bit of gold rush silver. Okay, I'm still in the veggie garden, as you can see, with the colour of the topsoil there. And I've peeled back the grass. This is a really clean signal. Very high target ID. Seems to be reasonably compact. Let's check out the iron check. No, not really any iron grunting. There's a little bit on the edges. Anyway, I'll risk the embarrassment of a live dig and we'll see what we've got here. Won't be far down now. Oh, there it is there. No, that's just a rock. I thought it was iron, but no. Okay. Have a crack at it. Just gently pull this, very loamy as you can see, so should be able to reveal it to be quite shallow there. I mean, it is a suspiciously high target ID, I must admit. I don't know. We're up on the wall here. Okay. What is that? Is it the target? I think it's a doorknob. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it was suspiciously high, wasn't it? It was. Gee, look at the way that the clay's encrusted in that. Is it a doorknob? Looks like, oh, it could be a bicycle bell or a counter bell type of doohickey. Okay, look, I'll see if I can get some of this dirt off this and determine what we got. Definitely a large brass item. Anyway. Yeah, there it is. I think it's a bicycle bell. Steel pin in the centre. This looks to be... I don't know if that's... Oh yeah, that's just dirt encrusted. I can't... It's just too much to clean off there in the field. As you can see, there's a bit of the brass or copper there or something. Alloy. But it's a bell of some description. I'd say a bike bell. You know, one really enjoyable thing about the hobby of metal detecting is what I call a process of discovery. You might research a site and you find it and you get into it, but it can take quite a while to read the site. And the process of discovery I'm talking about is, okay, we can see where the brick scatter is, the physical evidence on the surface. We're looking for the hidden evidence. I've got a coin out the front and those lamp parts. You got what could be the chimney remains, but I don't know if that's been bulldozed or pushed. And then I stumbled into this area in the back where we've got what looks to be a mound of an old veggie garden. It's definitely a different soil. It's rich topsoil, heavy in organics. I actually dug up a couple of old bones which had been used for soup or whatever, sheep bones. The bicycle bell or whatever that was. So I'm getting a hot spot out the back in this old garden area at the moment. So I'll stay here for the next hour or so, just grid up and down, just casually grid up and down, left and right, up and down, diagonally, and see what repeatable targets I can get in the high numbers, and then I'll start drifting into the lowest 60s and 50s. Anyway, I've got another coin by the look of it. Let's have a close inspection of what we've just discovered. Okay, this is scratchy from the top. I think it's a coin, it's round obviously, but encrusted with a bit of clay. Looks to be a halfpenny size coin. Yep, Australian Commonwealth halfpenny. So this, let's look, this date will be interesting. It'll indicate how far in from the gold rush. So that's early 20th century. So obviously the house was still standing in the early 20th century. Probably lasted up to World War II, I would imagine. And then a lot of things changed after World War II and people didn't come back to the land and that sort of thing. But I'll give it a clean and get a date. Okay, there's the bush clean. It's not very pretty, as you can see. The bush clean, I mean. I can't read that date. Perhaps you can. Lovely design on those coins. Just simplicity. 1/2 penny just states what it is. Commonwealth of Australia. Okay, that should clean it really nicely. Okay, I just stood up after that little spiel I gave you on the ground there, and literally the first target. I got this rip roaring 78 in this hole. 79, 80. Could be another halfpenny. It's going to be a coin or a little brass object of some description, I would think. Bit of depth to these targets too. Let's go wide. See if we can lift it out. Ideal place to be digging plugs, but I haven't got any plug digging instruments. Oh my God. Not a coin. It's a cricket buckle, I'm pretty sure. This is an absolute pearler of a buckle. Wow. Good thing I went wide. Oh, look at this. Can't believe that. I haven't dug a cricket buckle for a while. Oh, that is beautiful. What do we got there? Oh, this way. Let's do it this way. We've got stumps. Crossed bats. A batsman at some weird angle. I'm not sure what's going on there. Is he a batsman? Oh, look at that. That is just gorgeous. 1800s Aussie cricket buckle. Look, still got the tongue on the back. Oh, that has made my day. That is just beautiful. Okay, I've just sat here for 10 minutes enjoying this find. As you can see, this little cricketer, as you can see, is a little bit loose, so he's pinned on there somehow, and he probably had a mate. That's the batsman, or maybe he's the bloke at the other end. But I'll just check the hole. Hopefully, you can see there's pinholes at the top of the buckle, where something's come adrift. And we've still got targets in the hole. So let's just set that little treasure aside. See what we've got in the hole. There's something still here, so why the cricket buckle was disposed of or lost, I don't know. Maybe the belt just broke, because they used to wear those canvas belts with these things on, so we'll just have to excavate this carefully, because could be another figure or character from the buckle buried just here. Oh, this is fantastic. Need to dig a giant plug, don't I? But I don't have any. I came for a gold prospecting, I only bought a pick, and I got invited on here, so wasn't really prepared for digging relics in this sort of soil. Okay, look, I'll continue this dig, and I'll get back to you when I find what's in that hole. Well, alas, what was in the hole that I was picking up with the pin tip was charcoal, which further indicates it was a vegetable garden. There's burnt materials in here and bones and things where they've been cooking. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to find old mate's mate. I don't know if he's a wicket keeper or the bowler is missing, but isn't that an incredible bit of Australian history? The big cricket ball and two cricketers pinned onto it, and the stumps and the cross bats and the whole deal. So these are the canvas belt, which were often quite brightly coloured. I'd say the belt's given way and the buckle's bit the dust. This other fella's in the field here somewhere, but I don't know where he is. Must be at Long Leg or somewhere. We'll see if we can find where Long Leg is. Anyway, that has made my day. That's a beautiful piece of Australiana. And on the back, we've still got the clip and the loop for the canvas belt. Okay, next to the cricket buckle, I got a bit of alloy folded lid, which is a nice size 78, and then another 6 inches further on, or 8 inches from the cricket buckle, a clock mechanism, which is a strange little thing. It's obviously bigger than a pocket. It's not a pocket watch, but it's smaller than a mantle clock. Definitely a clock mechanism. You can see a lot of the mechanism's still in there. Beautiful. May even have a maker's name there somewhere. Okay, I just got this curious artefact. If anyone can help me with what that is, I'd like to know, because it's like a half round brass tube that's got some iron attached and these little swivel rings. Probably an obvious explanation for that, but I don't know what it is. Nice one. Well, there's not too many of these private property, never been detected gold rush home sites left anymore, but boy oh boy, this one's really producing. The cricket buckle, the old coins, it's just fantastic. I just found another relic, obviously gold rush relic. Tells me a little bit about what was going on here and who were working these diggings back in the 1860s. Solid 56, 58, one of my favourite finds. On this old bit of ceramic ware, I've got a Chinese 1 cash coin. And the Chinese were known to be on these diggings. They were actually pushed off the diggings. I'll call it pushed off, because they were sent packing, let us say. That's a Chinese, maybe a half cash actually, but I'll definitely only get a Emperor's Reign date off that. That's another bit of beautiful Victorian gold rush history. Okay, next to the Chinese coin, I've got this beautiful old axe head, broken obviously. Probably came from the blacksmith just across the creek. We'll go and have a look at that later. Actually, that's still pretty sharp, but obviously we've had some trouble here on the handle end. Nice old relic though. I haven't detected a place like this for many years. The cricket buckle, that's just awesome. Chinese coin, silver pocket watch, and the big old coin that I haven't dated yet. I've got another smaller coin over here, 77 target ID. It's probably an English halfpenny. Let's go and have a look. Okay, I've got this old handmade brick right here. We're out the back of the house now, adjacent to one of the big old peppercorns. Got a solid 77. Got a coin. Oh no, it's not, it's a medallion. Well, this is going to be interesting. What's that? They're on a 1 on it or something. Wow, I love this kind of Victoriana. You just never know what's going to come out of the ground. This could be some sort of Jubilee medal or something. We've dug those over the years. Oh, no, it's not a 1, it's a standing Britannia probably. Righto, this is really worth a bit of a bush clean and see what we got. A pendant or medallion, a commemorative medallion of some description. Okay, I've dug a lot of these commemoratives over the years. This doesn't look familiar, and I just can't clean it in the field properly. Don't know if it's gilt there or something shining through there. We've definitely got a standing figure of some description. It's just starting to dry now. But anyway, there's plenty of detail on the surface on both sides, so we'll definitely be able to determine what it is. That's a ripper, that one. Boy, the variety of finds is just stacking up. Hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Okay, this should be a good recovery. Let's go live. Solid 75-76 repeatable, compact target. I'll see if we can get him with the pinpointer first. About there. The point of the pick is. Be a bit of depth to it. That medallion was probably 6 inches down. In the front of the hole there. No. What do we got? Looks like a handle off this little old screwdriver. Brass though. Hence the compact target and the good target ID. Well, I've exposed something in the hole, as you can see. It's an 85, so it's pretty conductive. Looks like some sort of brass or copper ring or something. See what we got. Is it another pocket watch? Oh, it is another pocket watch. Another, well, I would say this is the other component at the back we found earlier on. This is the front. Is it not? I think it's a pocket watch. Okay, let's get this dirt off it. I won't be able to clean it too much. See what we got. Okay, I think it's a pocket watch. It's got a mechanism, some sort of switch mechanism here, but I don't know. And this is the silver back I found earlier on. It maybe fits it. Looks the part, doesn't it? But I don't know. That's obviously not the face or anything. I'm not sure what that is. Perhaps it's not a watch at all. And it doesn't go with this other piece. Anyway, I'll clean it up and see where I can find out what it is. Well, more treasure just come to light. Pretty solid high 70s. Bit of Victoriana here. Pretty little thing. Oh, it's okay. That's a buckle. It's got 2 loops on the back, or a pendant of some a woman's decorative item of some description, like or maybe a hat decoration with we would have a split pin in through the back, like the old like a rising sun. I'll give it a quick clean and I'll see what we can see of this. It's probably gilt way back in the day. Just looking at that now that I've cleaned it, it looks like it might be a cupboard or drawer pull off an old dresser. If this was sort of screwed to the timber and you had the swinging sort of little handle, yeah, it looks too solid to be a hat decoration. I'd say that's furniture related. Little decorative piece from the Victorian era. Okay, next target was high 50s. It's round, obviously, you can see it there. Could be another Chinese coin, I'm going to predict. That's a typical target ID for a half cash. No, shoddy base. Old shoddy base, I think. Or maybe not. Is it a button? Anyway, I'll clean that and see if I can identify it. This place is just target after good target. It's really producing, this site. Obviously, the landowner has owned it for more than 50 years and it's never seen a metal detector. It's private property, well off the main road, and there's no way that this is visible from any fence line, so basically no one knows about it. Another nice target up here anyway. Okay, in the bottom of the hole there, I think it may be a Paris buckle, suspender buckle, or what remains of it. Yeah, I'd say that's what it is. It'll say Paris of the patent date. Probably came adrift years ago. I didn't bust it then, so it's been it's what's in the ground. I'd say it's the remnants of Paris buckle. Usually it's got the twin pins in the centre there. Nice little relic though. Next target come to light is this beautiful bit of horse brass. Look at this buckle. Shield buckle. I don't know, belly strap or something off a saddle, I'm not sure. Not a human buckle, I wouldn't think. Big human if it was. No, that's beautiful. Very shallow out here. I'm out in the back paddock, kind of away from the house now. The targets in the veggie garden sort of dried up. Don't want to get too greedy. But yeah, that's a nice find, that. And that was only about 2 inches down. Okay, I might pull up stumps here. That's my cricket buckle reference if you don't get it. At the old house site, and we'll move over and have a look at the old blacksmith's foundry. I don't think I'll detect over there. There's some iron relics laying on the surface. I think I'd rather leave that undisturbed, to be honest, because there's a bit more physical evidence on the surface. But I'll show you that when I get over there. And anyway, it's just going to be iron everywhere for obvious reasons. But anyway, yeah, we'll wander over there before my GoPro battery goes flat. I do have a power bank in the car, but I might charge it over lunch and continue on here. We'll see. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. But anyway, we'll go and show you the blacksmith shop. Right, I was having a bit of a break and a drink, sitting on the grass in the paddock, listening to the wildlife, and there's a few roos over in the distance watching me. Pulled out the cricket buckle to admire it, and I just realised that this little fella, now he's dry, he just swings to the middle of the ball. The buckle's complete. It's one cricketer standing there, pinned onto the buckle. It's amazing that he's still there. He's got the his cricket ball, obviously, some floral design, stumps and a ball there, cross bats on this side. That's an absolute ripper. Love it. Let's have a look under these old peppercorns. I've spotted something in here that could be of interest. Another bit of farming machinery, implement, cast iron wheel, some sort of ratchet and a massive lever. I guess it's a plough, not sure. Looks like the roos have been in there, scratching around and laying out of the midday sun. Yeah, look at that old bit of farming machinery with a couple of levers and big solid piece of iron. I guess it was horse drawn or bullock drawn. Nice. Okay, this is the side of the old blacksmith shop, the smithy. Not really detectable. The iron is visibly evident everywhere, as you'd expect. And of course a lot of this iron is has been reworked. Scrap iron would come to the smithy and he'd melt it down and make other useful tools out of it, like axes and picks and things. Let's have a look around on the ground and see what's left of the old blacksmith shop. Okay, this is probably the remains of the forge. There's a mound of bricks, old handmade bricks. As you can see, look at that, there's an old axe there. Busted up. Over here is interesting, a little brick floor. Not sure what the function of that is, but once again, handmade bricks in a floor arrangement with some native quartz. More handmade bricks laying around. Just come around here so you're not facing the sun. You can see we've got some ironwork laying on the ground. Huge bullock shoe there. Some sort of massive cast iron bowl. Horseshoes. Big bullock shoes. Lashing rings, I guess they are, off wagons and things. This piece here, interesting. Could be off a wagon, that's driven into the timber, I suppose, and there's maybe a swivelling step on there. I'm not sure if a bullock dray or something. Bits of plate and pipe, and this is an old iron bedstead by the look of it. Or yeah, the frame of a bed. More over there. Yeah, that's definitely where the forge was. Other than that, it's not a huge area, but it doesn't need to be. Like I said, I wouldn't try to detect it. Apart from the iron infestation, I don't know what, how many coins and things are going to be dropped around the smithies. Anyway, we've done well enough over that beautiful old homestead site. Don't want to get too greedy. But that, I just thought you'd find that interesting. An old gold rush blacksmith site that's probably been abandoned since the 1880s. Okay, I'm going to sign off now. I'm getting a bit hungry. I'm going to head into town and get a sandwich or a pie. Thoroughly enjoyed that morning. I hope you enjoyed that old house site we just experienced. fantastic relics come out of there. Any day you get a cricket buckle is a good day. They're not so common anymore. And of course that's never seen a metal detector, that site. There'll be more in there, but I don't want to get too greedy. So I'll head into town and sign off. Thanks for watching everyone, and happy fossicking. Bye for now.